Hear that? That ain't silence. That's pressure sitting. Concrete still warm from the day. Street light buzzing like it knows something. Wind cutting through these buildings like a blade looking for a name. Certain night. I don't gotta say it loud, the air already know. See, I walk different in places like this. Not fast, not slow, just certain. Back doors, I watch them. Grass, I keep it cut low, so the snake's exposed. If you know, you know. He's the This ain't about comparison, I ain't measuring nobody, I ain't chasing. I'm him whether the crowd here or not. You feel that? That ain't fear, that's presence. When I step in the room, conversation shift, elbows swing heavy, not wild, just heavy. That a baseline you don't see coming, but your ribs feel it. These boots planted in reality, these shoulders built from pressure. This stance forged the nights exactly like this one. I done stood in alleys where promises died, where fake smiles peeled off like cheap paint, where envy crept low through the weeds, and I ain't fold, I ain't bend, I ain't break. You think calm means soft? You think quiet mean unsoft? Nah. Quiet mean already calculated. Quiet mean I already seen the angle. Quiet mean when I move it's final. Back door sealed, permitted to lock. Grass cut so clean I can see the slither before it twitch. You don't sneak on certain night. You don't outmaneuver still. You don't mistake stillness for weakness. I ain't here because I said it. I'm here because when I walk, the ground recognize it. When I breathe, the night ain't just. When I look at you, the truth get uncomfortable. You ever felt the presence that didn't need applause? That's me. You ever stood across from a man who don't need comparison to dominate the space? That's me. Certain night.
What up, party people? We at it again. Let's do it like we did it the last time. Add a banner, then add to the scrizine, and we shall do our thing. The Windows screen, this Windows. It's gotta be Windows. Scroll down. Here we go. Share this screen. We are young. No one can tell us we're wrong. Let's listen to some jokes.
So calm.
Because I never argue with stupid people. I just cut it short and tell them they're right.
That's completely ridiculous.
You're right.
Hey, Dad, I was thinking about getting Tinder. What do you...
No. Tinder's for rookies. Use Facebook Marketplace.
What? How?
Search wedding dresses. It'll give you all the recently divorced females in the area, and you can filter it by size.
So, Dad, I think she's the one. I'm going to marry her.
Tell me you're sorry.
Wait, what? What?
Tell me you're sorry.
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm not saying sorry.
Hey, until you can say you're sorry for no reason at all, you're not ready.
Are you heading to the store?
Yeah.
Why don't you pick up some of those pills and I'll help you get it up?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Back from the store?
Yep, there you go.
But these are diet pills.
Exactly.
Why are you home so early?
My boss, he told me to go to hell.
Shout out to the boss. Let's see. We already looked at that. Going the wrong direction, baby. The show is by Yamanika Saunders. The show says the fat bitch Patrice O'Neal predicted. Now I thought her and Patrice liked each other, but let's see what Yamanika got to say. I'm sure she got a little intro we got to skip past. Oh, she don't. She just get right into it. Let's speed it up because that's music. I've been rewatching your lives on repeat because they provide supplementary medicine during these sick days. Your content is a blessing. And YK, you know I don't give fucks when religion like that. So to say shit like that, I don't know what that means. Let me read it again. Your content is a blessing, and you know I don't fucks with religion. Got it.
Nothing but help. Good help.
See, I love your smile. Shout out to Shanice. Is it showing?
Come over. So I was thinking maybe it was James. I'm like, let me just double check. And so there's a knock on my door. It's very impatient.
Come knock on our door.
You know, I don't really, I'm not saying I can't never have people
Hi, Marie.
in bad spirits. However, that's not typical, but knock to somebody coming from from me. And yeah, she was looking for Marie. Yes, Marie. And she was on, and then so I hear, I'm like, who is? She's like, it's Pat. It's Pat. And I'm thinking it's Pat, my bestie Pat Brown, who also lived close to me. And I thought, okay, maybe Pat, but Pat's got a key. I don't know what Pat would just, Pat would knock and then would use her key, right? So I open up the door. I see a woman I don't know. All of a sudden, she's like, where the fuck Marie? Where Marie at? Marie. And I'm like, can I help you? I'm like, excuse me, I'm here for Marie. And I'm like, oh, then it was some other nigga here. I don't know what he was doing. He was like a delivery nigga, I guess. I don't know who he was, but I thought he was with her. So I was like, I foolishly, when she went to get on the elevator, I go on the elevator with her because she going downstairs. I'm like, I'm going downstairs too, but I'm going downstairs because I'm gonna make sure bitch, I gotta take pictures of you. I gotta call the cops on you. Everything's got to be happening to you. Okay, I'm not just going you knocking on my door calling me a fat bitch and shit like that. Nah, it ain't been gonna happen like that. Let's get these likes up, cause come on, let's get some of these likes up. I'm telling you a story about me being a fat bitch. At the very least, y'all could like it. So I jump in the elevator. That's the second time I've jumped in the elevator. I should not with some people.
Wait a minute. It must be separated because it says the fat bitch Patrice O'Neal predicted. He predicted that you would be a fat bitch. When I saw you and Patrice together, you was the same. You looked the same then. So a crackhead came in your house. Let's move forward. Let's get to the Patrice stuff. Started feeling separate.
Oh, I know what I meant to, what I was, hold on. Also, I want to take this time to shout out my mother. Let me give a shout out to Michelle, my mama. She really calmed me down. I've been stressed out. I've been super stressed out, although I'm glowing and I'm happy. I've been just like really impatient. You know, I kind of want like, in this process, when I'm like in certain modes of creativity, I don't like to be stopped with conversation. So a lot of times I will go in to myself. So that's the whole, you know, I wanted to go into myself. But I was on the phone. My mom was like taking too long. She couldn't connect the phone, blah, 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 blah. And I was like being really impatient. And my mother called me back and said, hey, you know what? You need to calm down. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing worth it like that. You stressing out. That's going to get you stressed out. There's nothing in the world you got to be stressed out, that you got to be rushing and blah, 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 blah. And so I just want to take that time to tell her, you know, shout her out. I did send her a message. Also explain to her that part of the reason why I'm impatient is because before she, I guess, slowed down into whatever senior citizen moment she's be having on now as of late. I didn't know my mother to be nobody that would slow down like that. I got my complete disposition from my mother and my father. My mother and my father, one of my grandmothers said that my grandmother Lily Mae, she said, your father and your mother are like ticking time bombs, and they came together to make a stick of dynamite. And I always tried to remember that because I did not think that was a compliment. I know some people think, you know, yeah, I wish a motherfucker would. I never thought wish your motherfucker would attitude was a compliment. So I always tried to work.
It can be, depending on your environment. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just said a minute ago that all these people that's been up under the knife kind of get the same look. I don't mean that this is fine and who is fine kind of thing. That woman is 40, Asia Diaz. I said so like bodies, the bodies, the bodies, the bodies, not looks, the bodies though. They all get like a similar BBL. They all get their hair kind of done the same way. I mean, what's her name? India Love, Selena Powell, Asia Diaz, Cardi B, Beyonce. Not exactly alike, but you know, hips and ass, tits and ass, hips, tits and ass.
On that, not to like pop off. Both my parents obviously have cooled the fuck down over time. My dad, I think my dad really still thinks he's out in the streets up like that. Probably he needs to reconsider what he got going on. But my mother definitely has slowed down. And yeah, don't tell my father I told y'all he missing his I'm gonna get in trouble back. The way my dad, my mother too, they don't like nobody in their business. Don't ever tell my dad I told y'all he missing his town. I want to do that bit so bad, but I'm like, I can't. My dad definitely is not gonna be happy about that. But the thing about it is the nigga do be missing the toe though. He missing the toe. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't go on Godfrey's podcast no more. I did have to call Godfrey today and ask if he could do my show tomorrow, but he's busy. Godfrey will be doing the Apollo though. You guys.
She got a weed roller, so she get her rolls perfect. She don't go on Godfrey podcast no more. What's happening with you and Godfrey? He's coming on yours. What happened? Who you got a problem with over there? Dante Nero? I remember the time I seen you over there. You had the old man. What's his name? Jerry Seinfeld friend has a residency in Vegas. Old brother George Wallace. George Wallace was handsy with you. You had that old man being handsy with you, Yamanika. What was up with that? We rolling weed and telling stories. Get to the Patrice part.
Should go out and support him. He's doing a 6 and a 9 at the Apollo on June 12th. Unfortunately, I just found out I'm not going to be here. Not unfortunately, but I'm going to go to Maryland, spend time. My little nephew is having his birthday, and my nieces have a dance recital the next day. So I'm going to go do a little pool party thing for my nephew. My sister's doing a pool party, and we're doing the dance recital and the thing. No, we're not gonna do that to Godfrey over here. Anthony, I know I hear you, but I'm not gonna do that. I can't. We're not doing that. That's still my brother. You know what I'm saying? I just don't do the podcast. And again, it's not on Godfrey as much as I don't want to be around his fucking followers. I'm at an age now where I don't tolerate the shit I used to tolerate. And this. I'm glad you said that, because it's gonna put me to what I was gonna share with you guys today. Okay. I'm not interested in putting myself in any type of toxic environment that does not suit me. Okay. There's no benefit for me to go on and argue with niggas that argue about whether the earth is flat and not, and niggas that have, every opinion they got of women is some, they can't stand a bitch. Like I can't, sometimes it's not the person, it's the climate around them.
Yeah, like I was just on a podcast where folks that I thought, I got to stop thinking I'm cool with people. Folks that's been around me, that's interact with me, gonna come up there and say this gender banging thing when they be gender banging. They be gender banging. You need 2 equal participants in it. But the brother that came up there, when he started talking, I'm like, oh man, he reminded me of Akine. Akine and what's the dude? What's the dude from Tanzania name? Kid something with money. Kid, I can't remember, but I made this song about him. Is it Kid Cash? Well, anyway, they be quoting Kevin Samuels so heavy. They got a whole script and they got it memorized, or maybe he had it written down. He was reading off his prompter, but they got the whole script down. What's his name? Kid Cash Even? Something like that. And when I hear it, I go, oh man. And don't get me wrong. It just sounds so scripted and whatever. But when we talk about historical facts and whatever else, I try to keep it fair and balanced. Some of them folks in the 60s and 70s, when it was no man in the house rule, some of them was damaged from being in the military. Some of them was on drugs. Some of them was pimping. Some of them was, it's all over the place. But, if you ever seen some of our famous black movies, like South Central with the famous character OG Bobby Johnson, he came home to a pimp that was banging his woman. You take another good movie that we love, Dead Presidents. What's his name? Lorenz Tate came home to what's his name? Cuddy. He was Clifton Powell was Cuddy, I believe, in Dead President, and he was sleeping with Lorenz Tate baby mama. We be, regurgitating some of the same stuff. So I'll be wondering, did you live life, or are you living vicariously through somebody else? Shout out to the shout outs. We're going to do this content if it ain't nobody here. We're going to come back. Gotta find my way back. I get knocked down. Oh no, what's the Earth one? I get knocked down. Big art, but I get up again. I get knocked down. Yeah.
And I have a toxic group of people around me too that I am, but they my people, and so I fucks with them. But I can't be standing 10 toes down on everything. Let's just keep that real. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. All right, so we had 111 likes, 150 some people is in here. Let's go. And I'm also at a place now in my life where it's no more beef. Like, not that I never really had beef, but it's like, and like all of it's entertainment to me. Like, as much as I can't stand Corey Holcomb, and I really wish he would keep my fucking name out of his damn mouth.
Yeah, that's a good thing we hear about Corey too. I don't want no beef for nobody either, because although it's fun to see somebody get pissed off, and I know I can get some good jugs in and a little roast battle and whatever else, but these motherfuckers is crazy out here. Let's keep it a thou wow. And the shit motherfuckers be doing is pathetic. It's pathetic. And the fact that they can get any kind of stripe for it is pathetic. Corey is fighting everybody. Godfrey, Donnell Rollins, Yamanika, TMZ, O'Shea Duke Jackson, Anton. That man is fighting everybody.
So I can keep his name out of mine. I want the world to understand that at the end of the day, I don't have no animosity or nothing or anything against no motherfucking Corey Holcomb. He is straight up a bona fide fool, and he's a bona fide fool because of how he presents. You understand? But then there's also people that think I'm a bona fide fool. Sometimes I look at myself and I go, yeah, you really didn't have to do that. I be going too far. I be saying too much. I be doing the most. It's a byproduct and a negative one at that of being a performer. But I don't have no hate in my heart.
I don't think it's is it. Let me wait. I guess we performing on here, but I don't think it's a byproduct of being a performer. It's a response to people that's dismissive of you. because they got their little like I be over there at RLM. I'm thinking I'm coming in adding value. They try to make it seem like that, and then they just be shooting shots. Nighties make good music, but he just charged so much. He charged too much. How many times you gonna say that? Night. Let him finish. Night. Let him finish. I'm not. Whole panel yelling. Everybody talking over everybody. But night. No, you get fed up with the BS, the fake ass hierarchy. Let him, wait a minute, wait. How can a motherfucker get on the side of me and get up there and say, I think you being too nice. I think you kissing ass. I'm a big boy. And then 2 seconds later be crying. I don't need nobody to offend me. Apologize to people, and then the next day make another show about them. So you can say too much, and then you could weaponize his whatever he identifies as. They're bullying. You told them, hey man, I can't even repeat that.
Now, where is I can't. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see. I think it is. Is it this one? Hold on a second, y'all.
I like how she uses this dead air. Whoop about Corey and dead air. I get knocked down.
I had some of my friends, I have text exchange with them, and it's like I can't never find the shit that I need. Hold on, what all did he send me? Is this it? No, this ain't it. This is the other one.
Let's move it forward a little bit. The Donnell Rawlings Show and the Black Phillip Show featuring Patrice O'Neal. Yamaneika Saunders called men who are beneath her the clearance rack. I wonder how most men would describe her. Interesting.
Okay, all he needs is a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then women just start piecing it. Women piece with men all together all the time. We always piecing a nigga together. That's why I don't know we don't have our own show on HGTV called Flip This Nigga. We constantly flipping a nigga, constantly like, well, you listen, I only got 10,000 on the budget of him. I know you're gonna go 20,000 over budget, but can you flip this nigga? And they're gonna do we gonna say, and then they did some shoddy work. We did the best we could. We did the best we could. He still had motive. Hey, I can't. Let me explain this girl. She is definitely a big. She running all her motherfucker. Gotta be all right. She's a comic too. You know that's what she do. Come on, motherfucker. I am not like that. You want to see the unleash my titties? I am not like that. That's that bitch. What do you have? I was recently dumped. You got rid of it. Why? Well, you know, he didn't like the fact that I performed comedy, and I wasn't ladylike enough for him. How much ladylike me? I don't know. I guess sitting at home sucking his dick all the time. I don't know. So you couldn't do that and do comedy? I sucked his dick a lot, but apparently it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Why you couldn't do it with?
Listen. I know. Why the fuck you like Yamaneika? I know she talk like these people talking to space. And let me tell you, just like the people that talk in space, they have an equal counterpart that be talking crazy to them. Well, she talking shit about men. Yeah, she is. Big shit. And standing on it. If it's funny, it's funny. But I heard all this stuff before. I done heard people call a man, I got old pizza ass nigga. Not pizza, piece of.
You say what? Extra 3 times before. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You don't even care, do you? Did you care to find out? I did. But you know what's gonna happen with this guy? You know what's gonna happen? The next guy is gonna same thing's gonna happen. Same thing. Oh, I hope not. There you go. Use that word. Use that word again. I hope. There you go. You know why I'm with him? I don't hope. That's what happened. You don't think that so far there hasn't been a guy around you that you thought was better than you to be able to listen to you. So you're into this 50-50. I don't need, 50-50. I don't need a man to be better. Ready for you to be with me, you have to think I'm better than you. No way. No way a woman should think like that. You know, I had this in my last situation where it was like, oh, you don't act like you need me here. Here's the thing I said to him, and this.
I mean, they really did a think piece. You can go. They really did a think piece on me. The way these niggas cannot move on from this, and I put up, and I did sound so young. I did, because I was like 25. I'm 46.
I think that was a beautiful moment between Yamanika and Patrice. And I think if Corey get to going back and forth with Yamanika on roasting and joke, I know Yamanika can hang and talk just as wild and crazy because she come and she's cut from that cloth.
And the gaslight here, right, is
what up, A-Dub?
Calls out men who are beneath her, the clearance rack. I wonder how most men would describe her. See, this is why I'm at such a peace now, and I'm so proud, right? Because here's where these niggas are. They're like, well, we're looking at her now. She's 46. She doesn't have a man, and she doesn't have children. She doesn't have family. And somehow they think there's a victory that they like, oh, we told you. Let me just be very clear, okay? The way in which I have navigated my life to not be tethered to a man because I have been solely focused on comedy, and this is exactly why I'm great at what I do. Hold on a second. Y'all know I don't know how to multitask.
I agree that Yamanika Saunders is great at what she do. I hope she getting as much bread as she possibly can get. She's great in roles and movies and whatever else. Shout out to that woman. However, as we just was saying over there, people choose careers and degrees over family and men. But she don't have to be tethered to nothing. Live her best life. I'm not mad at Yamanika. You had people be talking about Serena Williams. I'm not mad at Serena Williams. You got people be talking about Gabourey Sidibe. I'm not mad at Gabourey Sidibe. Them folks got their white husbands. This woman right here want to be alone. That's a sister. She looked like she happy to me, and what's better than that? I don't want to be convincing a woman that don't want to have nothing to do with no man to change her mind about the decision she made to how to live her life. Why are people mad at people choosing to live their life the way they want to live their life?
That's who we got a new member here.
Kay Taylor became a YouTube member.
Yes. Oh, I love the.
I wonder how much Yamanika memberships are, because I know they gotta be breaded up. She can't be having $2 memberships like moi. Thank you, A-Dub, for putting the link in the Discord. But I do it now. I put a link in a few Discords. Well, and whatever that community one that Flo has, where it's the Raging Tomato is in there, Orthodox guy is in there, but I think I pissed that community off too. I do know this since elementary school. I know how to piss people off. sometime indirectly.
Colors, the hair, all of that. Thank you, my love. Thank you. And I'm gonna leave this beautiful picture up here as I say what I gotta say. So that when the niggas look back at this and they go, oh, I'm so tired of seeing this fat, ugly bitch, you can go over here and look at Kay Taylor and your eyeballs can readjust. The way in which I don't have a man because I am unwilling to compromise anything in my life in order to acquiesce to what the type of men that are around me want. One of the things I'll always be proud of my mother for, out of many things, my mother really created this. My mother, my grandmother, all the women in my family, all the women before them created this really strong woman that you see before you today. And all the women in my family, even with problems here and there, are all strong women. I don't know.
And that's a trope I thought women didn't like. I thought women didn't want to be strong women. And they're angry because they have to be. I thought that was one of the tropes they didn't like. Are those COVID bubbles on her wall? I don't know why I catch on to these things I catch on.
Maybe there was one that was dependent on a nigga, and even we was looking at her kind of like, girl, you got to get up out of it. But not one woman in my family, and these women have men before you go, oh, they ain't got no men. A lot of these women have men, or if they don't have them, they're in the grave because they've passed, okay? The way in which I'm telling you, I am at no place in a deficit. I am 46 years old. I don't have a man in here, and I don't have no kids. I've been all over the world. Whenever it starts to be a problem, this thing you guys keep gaslighting women into, I want to know when it happens. And what I'm saying is, anybody, male or female, who is single without children, I'm sure has moments when they're in their home. And you might be like, wow, maybe I wish somebody was in here. Oh, it'd be nice to. But anytime I would ever have that, if I've ever had it, because you got to remember, I also like my alone time. I am a moody individual who I was raised by a Gemini. I have no idea. 1 minute I'm happy, the next I'm sad. I'm on mood stabilizers. I have ADHD, anxiety, and depression. I've been diagnosed with, but not claiming. And I take mood stabilizers. There is really no time where I'm in my home going, I wish somebody was here. The way I want to underlay people up out of here when I'm ready for them to get the fuck out. It's not that I don't want people in here, right? You see my friends coming here all the time, come hang out. But when I'm ready for these niggas to go, I want them to go. I don't want anybody in my house after a certain time. I don't like people to stay the night. I'm not the bitch that wants to be with a nigga like that. I would only consider a nigga because I want to fuck him. I have to talk myself into being in something with a nigga. I don't want it. I think it's bondage. And I'm telling you what I think. Personally, I think being in love and being distracted by love with a nigga is bondage. And
it's vice versa. And that's sad on my part. Not Yamanika, she happy with it. I think that's sad on my part. Because when I sometimes think about somebody coming in here, I just be thinking, with the way my stuff is situated, because I'm so used to folks having their bathroom and me having my bathroom. I'm not in my bathroom all the time. But I swear I was married and my wife had a room and I had a room. She most of the time slept in my room, but believe me, her room was upstairs in the back of the house. Now, that room was engulfed in dresses and slacks and shoes, and because she was a person that, you know, I don't know what it was, but it was just like clutter. When we used to live in Albany, she used to use the kitchen table as like her desk, covered in clutter. When we used to share a room when we lived in Vallejo, we had to separate rooms. I used to sleep upstairs in the loft. My daughter had her own room and my wife had a room.
And I'm still hustling in my fucking career. I don't have time to be looking at somebody else and worrying about how we get ready to navigate through the rest of this life I got left. I'm still very, very focused on me and how I'm moving forward. Now, if the consequence of that means I never get a man or I don't have any children, then I guess that's the cross that I have to bear.
You seem okay with it. There's no cross bearing. Your life is your life. If I get my money right, I'm gonna give me a boo thing. Now my preference is a chocolate little something. You know what I'm saying? I said somewhere big nigga lips and I was like, but see, because I got a comedic side to me too. Big nigga lips is not an insult. I have a big nose and big lips too. Black features aren't unattractive to me. In fact, they're quite attractive to me. I love Sue Coolers on a sister.
And that's the decision I have to make. But what I don't want to be is I don't want to be a woman who doesn't feel fulfilled and thought that all I needed was some nigga to validate me and children to validate me, and then sit there when I have the children and I have the nigga, and after magic has worn off with the nigga and we got to get into everyday real reality where I have to keep choosing this nigga day in and day out and day in and day out, along with kids that I can't get the fuck away from because they are mine. All while between doing loads of laundry going, I remember I wanted to be a comedian. It's not, I don't know when I'm supposed to regret the decision that I've made. I really don't. I'm waiting for it. You kept telling me I'm supposed to wait, and they keep putting it. I'm not saying I'm better than a man based upon my looks. I'm not saying that I'm better than a man based upon his station. What I'm telling you is because I am was big at that time, because I am a black woman, right? There is a limited group of men that I can pull from, mostly because most of the niggas I should be able to pull from think they're better than black women, and immediately once you become a black woman and you big on top of it, they start to think that you need to be the person that's always available to settle for rock bottom. And I did that. You all watched a very public situation. Thank God only one of a few times I shared a nigga who was in my apartment. He was a fuck nigga. He didn't have anything going on for him. From the second he got in my space, he tried to convince me that he was better than me, shitting on my dreams, shitting on me as a person, saying I ain't shit, saying,
damn, say it ain't so. I didn't know that. Damn. So now let's see. Who have we seen over here? We saw TMKC over here. We saw Adrian Nicole over here. We seen My Reed, and now we see A-Dub. So yeah. Blame it on the rain. So that dude was beneath your station and tried to make himself seem better than you. Okay.
Did he? Some women, and then other women like, well, if you tolerate it, you tolerate it. You have no idea what you'll tolerate in an abusive situation. I'm telling you, I didn't even realize the abusive situation I was in until just like it took me a long time to be like, bitch, how did we even get here? I see why Tamia was like, how did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. I tried that love thing for the last time.
How did you get here, Deborah Cox? Now, if you're gonna be a girl's girl, I think that's what they call it. You got to know who your singers is. Isn't How Did You Get Here, Deborah Cox? Tamia.
Bitches is always surprised when a nigga show up. How you get here? Valerie, thank you for the cash app, my love. Bitches be worrying about how the fuck did you get here. Bitches be worrying about there's a stranger in my house. It took a while to figure out. There's no way you could be who you say you are.
Now that is Tamia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's Tamia. How did you get here? That's Deborah Cox.
You gotta be someone else, cause he wouldn't touch me like that, and he wouldn't treat me like you do. He would adore me, he wouldn't ignore me. No, you don't got no stranger. The stranger was the nigga you met. This the real nigga you seeing now. So much so you gotta get a nigga a pop quiz. That's how much niggas suck. You gotta pop quiz these niggas just to find out what the fuck happened. Pop quiz. Can't tell me where my spot is. Can you tell me where my hair plug dryer? Can you tell me how I like to buy my fish on Fridays? Or could it be that the stranger is me? I couldn't go 50-50 or eat at the Cheesecake Factory. And that's why you beat me. It's like, who want to be bothered with niggas?
Let me see. Cheesecake Factory gets so much abuse. Why are y'all trying to end whoever runs the Cheesecake Factory business? Like these people snapped on terrorism because when they said you got to get away from that brother Nick, I'm not going to say that white man. He said, no, this is my brother. Then lo and behold,
Who? Mama glowed up. Cause mama getting fucked up. Nigga free, but not fuck free. Not fuck free. I don't know, women. You want to come to the other side? And let me say something. I'm not here to poo-poo women that are in relationships and are in love. I think that's great. I'm not here to poo-poo that at all. Girl, get it how you can, keep it how you can, girl. I love seeing people in love, right? I love seeing mutual love. I don't like seeing women who are swimming in insecurity, and that insecurity is amplified by the nigga she decided to pour her spirit into.
let me stop that right there for a second. Let me stop. What does that mean, and why are you doing that? I'm in this relationship and I'm pouring my spirit. Why are you pouring your spirit into anybody? Don't give up more than you can give up. I know I'm even killed. I don't be up like this and down like this and need to check a woman and all this other stuff. So I know I'm pretty even killed. Where's the even killed person? Because aren't they already walking around with some sense of joy? Because I think these extreme, like sadness, that's a, should be fleeting like love is. No, you should have some rules and standards and whatever you live by, and y'all should want to please each other. But to have to wake up and you try to make me happy, or I got to try to make you happy, that's too much work.
But also, don't be shaming me and trying to shame me like I'm supposed to be sitting here with my head hung low. I'm just looking at my summer calendar now, seeing what money I can pull to the side here and there to go take some time. I'm going to go spend time with my family. I'm going to go do some shows this summer. I want to go experience some things. I'm planning a road trip with a friend of mine, going to do some beach days with friends. Like, I'm not like the way I'm not sitting here going, what is happening? And I've watched girlfriends of mine do that crazy ass race to the altar at 40. And it's so sad and desperate. I've seen it. Sometimes it works out though. I've had friends make plans. Well, I'm and my schedule is this. By this time, I should know this, and I need to be with person by this, and then we're going to be. And I'm like, you planning all this shit out for some nigga you haven't even met yet? I don't know, you might meet somebody tomorrow and like instantly y'all kick it off. You like, yo, let's just do this thing because we in our 40s. I don't think you need a long engagement once, but I need an engagement long enough to know, like, nigga, are you crazy? Yeah, like after that, like, you think we can do this? Okay, cool. Or we can't. Like, yeah, the way they try to act like, oh, that's why she ain't gonna have no man. If I can't be with the man I want to be with, no, thank you. Even if
have I changed so drastically? I do think women do change. And when they say they grow out of love or do it, I believe them. I'm a different person now. I came into the marriage that had these kids. Well, I had the kids. And I wanted to have the career, and I had the career. And I wanted to be married, and I had the marriage. What I call that is pageantry and vanity. If you don't want it, don't do it. I got to be honest. When I was younger, a kid, I wasn't thinking about marriage. I didn't see it. My mother wasn't married. My father had all kind of women, and I think he's on his, I don't know how many times he's been married, but I know he got a whole bunch of different women. But I never wanted to be a burden to a woman. But what's burdensome to them? That's a good question. What is the burden of having a man around? Not to Yamanika, she made her mind up, but to the people who seem like they on the fence. Why y'all choosing the bear? Well, the bear just delete me. He won't. Who knows what this man want to do? That's in one breath. Then I see a bunch of other women talking about, well, how the fuck is he playing a mix CD? If you don't come over here, I'm like, what? I seen a girl. Was that a pop the? I think it was a pop the balloon. And the dude came there talking about who's a real freak, and then told the chick to come over there, and he grabbed her by her throat and spit in her mouth. I was like, ugh, that looks fucking disgusting. You wouldn't spit in my mouth? No, please don't spit nowhere on me. I'm cool. I seen it. That's the dude doing that to the girl. I seen a girl on stage where the dude came up on stage and got up under her and she pissed on him. What is happening in your life where you need to be pissed on?
And it's like, okay, yeah, so-and-so doesn't do so-and-so, right? But also never forget that so-and-so and I, while we are in the same career, we are not in the same position. So the things that they're able to get away with or turn down or turn their nose at, I'm not in the same position. I have to work, right? And I try.
This is your church. It's just a different kind of church.
As much as I can to align the work that I do with my spirit without going over. And sometimes I am associated or affiliated with people that people don't like, and I understand that. In those moments, I try to make sure that I always maintain my integrity and the things that I stand up and I uphold. Okay? With that being said, I took offense to being compared to somebody who was doing much better than me in life. But it was a difference of where I'm just like, now I have to go back and just say to my friend, it's not that serious. Angela, thank you so much, my love. What an amazing. Thank you for always just coming through. What a blessing. Oh, we got the likes up. Not more people here than more likes than. Okay, got it. But then I realized, like, at the end of the day, it's a difference. It's just like, yeah, don't compare me, right? Because we're not in the same. But I'm also not mad at this person's career, and I'm not at a point where, like, I used to be so upset about my career, like, oh, why haven't, and I'm not, and no, and they're not funny, and I am, and then it's just like, man, I'm still having fun on this gig. I ran into this young comic yesterday, young white comic, and I don't know if I should say his name or not. But no, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna say his name because I'm not saying anything in negativity. It's this young white kid. His name is Nico, and I run into him, to there's comics, right where we are in one of the clubs. I don't want to, start no drama, but there's people that bark for other clubs around, and so sometimes the relationship can be kind of strained. But like, I like those kids, and I know a lot of these dudes. Some of the cats I still, I work with in back in the day, they are out there barking or whatever, trying to get their shows off the ground. So I'm like, I'm always like tipping my hat or saying what's up to them, because we all in this game together, whether we all work at the same club or not. And this kid stopped me, and he was just telling me, I'm gonna keep what he said between us, but it was like I really needed encouragement yesterday, and I was feeling some kind of way, and it just kind of came right on time. This young kid, and it's hard for me to like listen to people give me compliments because I get uncomfortable because I don't know, like, what am I supposed to say? Like, thank you. Like, it's weird to say thank you for something that you don't. Like, I'm blessed to be funny, but I don't think it generates from me. I think it generates from, God gave me this mind to see certain.
Whoa. And listen, it's a lot of people in the space that these dudes that hate women, or if they don't hate women or whatever the shit is, be mad in a motherfucker behind. This is what they would be mad behind. Me, to each his own. But this is what they would be mad. Yo, why you be fucking with Reese? And why you be fucking with Sugar Bomb? And you be over there with Bomb? Yeah, because I'll be over there with some of y'all too. I don't like all of that because I don't get it. A cat will come on and sound just like Kevin Samuels and go, what's the red pill? What is it? Now, what my understanding is, the only part of the matrix is, the blue pill means you want to stay in the lie. And the red pill means you want to see the truth. So what did the intellectuals do? The intellectuals came along and said, well, that was really about, some gay stuff. What the red pill really do is that you see your true sexuality. And I'm like, I was listening to this breakdown. I was like, whoa, that is intellectually fucked up. why is everything about a heterosexual man gotta be gay? And then everything about a gay man is real manhood. What the fuck? Dude come on a panel just after wearing a wig, talking about being drunk, and come up there and talk about a man who's not a homosexual's penis. You just have a little dick. You just have a little dick. I'm like, what? It's freedom of speech, but he can't say it back. He can't clown you back because that's gonna be a cyberbullying. Cause you up here crying right now. You guys don't give a fuck about me. And shout out to Arlen for saying, no, baby. I'm not gonna say no, baby. Shit, you talking shit. People gonna talk shit back to you. That's crazy. The Lord made you be alone. The Lord made you say men ain't shit. That's wild. I like Yamanika comedy. I don't think this is comedy right here. I think this is her true feelings. And I think it's dangerous to keep saying, and I think it's equally dangerous when you frame a woman in a way where she's dangerous. See, the kind of way they framing women now is a way you used to look at like a white woman. So like, I live in a melting pot, so it's all kind of people around. But rarely is there a time where I'm just alone on the side of some white woman. Well, what do you think would happen? I don't want to know. I don't want to be in that situation. They had a little joke that was on YouTube a while back. Yeah, I always tell people to do this and then I'll do it myself. When you're talking and you know, don't just leave the screen up there. I was in a situation looking at these YouTube streets and it's this joke where it's a little white girl alone on an elevator and a dude freaks out. Matter of fact, I believe Chaotic Clubhouse has a thing when they in the beginning of their show where a dude is talking and he looks back and, you know, the little white girl got her hair over her face and he's startled and he tells her, don't keep doing that. But then when folks say stuff like folks is bullet bags and black men is dangerous and whatever else, it's a crazy ass premise to vilify people. Shout out to Yamanika. They sending in cash apps. They supporting the channel. It's what we work for. On a rooftop now, we'll go back in time. Envision me.
Things in a funny way. And how can I take responsibility for that? But I understand I'm the vessel, whatever he's giving me. But the things he said, and it was like, wow, like when you
let me rewind it.
I don't want to, start no drama, but there's people that bark for other clubs around, and so sometimes the relationship can be kind of strained. But like, I like those kids, and I know a lot of these dudes. Some of the cats I still, I work with in back in the day, they out there barking or whatever, trying to get their shows off the ground. So I'm like, I'm always like tipping my hat or saying what's up to them, because we all in this game together, whether we all work at the same club or not. And this kid stopped me, and he was just telling me, I'm gonna keep what he said between us, but let
me say this also. That little thing, that clip she played with her and Patrice, it's those clips and old stuff and whatever else. This 20 years later, the fact that you still actively in comedy, you one of them legends. You a GOAT. And you have a lot of power. And if you say These niggas ain't shit. What's that about? Nah, motherfucker, we should be able to say it because Too Short said it and Snoop Dogg said it and y'all just did. And let's talk about that right there too. It's a whole bunch of dudes ain't never gonna say that. They're gonna be like that Key and Peele skit where, you know, they talking shit to each other and they gotta go outside and say, you know, my wife came up there and they look both sides and go, and I said, bitch. Then they go further back in the yard and then they end up in the tree. You know what I said? And they look both ways and they go, I told that bitch, you know. And then they get further and further because they're never, dudes is pussy whoops. Broken are not these leaders I be hearing about online. There may be some. Don't get me wrong. Some people had fathers and understood the order and all of this shit. But I think that's a minority of men. And maybe that's the dudes women cheat with and sleep with and whatever else because, you know, he's real masculine to them. Because he'll confront her and put her in her place. And I don't want to do all that dumb shit. Is you a fucking maniac? You're not already an adult? You don't already know what you want? You don't already know you're going to come into a relationship and be a fucking asshole? Why would you do that to somebody? Men doing it to women and women doing it to men. Why would you go into somebody's life and just try to fuck their life up? But then they'll do this. Well, he knew he wasn't going to have no money. I don't believe because the dude don't have no money, he fucking somebody's life up. How's him not having that? Because he has something. How is him not having these luxury lifestyle types of money, him fucking your life up? Yeah, girl, that nigga didn't have shit when I met him. What do you mean by that? Even if all he had was some dick, you chose him. Well, I grew out of him just having some, okay. I hear them kind of things and I look on these YouTube streets. That's a skit. That's not real. Them people are, and that's where the disingenuous bullshit kicks in there. Motherfucker go home and he paying the bills. He working hard. He take off one day. He come home and the nigga that ain't paying the child support, that she talk all that shit about the nigga ain't shit. She trying to get a little bit more dick from him now. And listen, we just saw that girl in that Hezekiah Walker News thing say it's a lot of responsibilities and I don't want to. So, and listen to my sister, 46, say she still get that dick though. So I'm on the panel with the brother earlier. I think his name was Inuit. I forget. I don't want to mess his name up. And he was saying that somebody said something about all somebody trying to do is get between somebody's legs. Getting between somebody's legs is easy. Well, no, that's why you ain't fucking on no hoes. I don't want to mess with no prostitutes. I don't want to mess with no gay women. Why? Because I don't want nobody fucking playing games with me. And I listen to Yamanika. I've listened to a whole lot of Shira 7. I've listened to a whole lot of Cynthia G. I mean, for a minute, because I'm listening to it, I'm going, damn, that's a lot of anger, it sounds like. These men aren't anything, you know, they're not leaders. They don't have any money. And I'm educated. They're not even intelligent. You can't even have a conversation with them. You can't take them anywhere. They're just angry. They hate women. They want to be women. I've listened to a whole lot of this stuff. And I said, that person has followers. Like Corey Hogan got the 5150. Cynthia G got something like that too. Shira 7 got something like that too. So when I was listening to them talk about these do they call them Mayflower relationships with some old ass man is with some young chick? And I go, damn, that's crazy. Why would you want to do that, dude? Because these other women, you know, they everybody is sounding batshit crazy.
It was like I really needed encouragement yesterday, and I was feeling some kind of way, and it just kind of came right on time. This young kid, and it's hard for me to like listen to people give me compliments because I get uncomfortable.
Ma'am, you are a legend. You are an OG. It's uncomfortable to realize that you are a legend. And it's a bunch of y'all. Godfrey is a legend and an OG. TK Kirkland is a legend and an OG. Earthquake is a legend and an OG. Bruce is a legend and an OG. It's a bunch of y'all. Bill Bellamy, Guy Torrey, Joe Torrey. Even Corey is. Y'all not just comedians just trying to make it. And no, y'all living y'all best life.
Because I don't know, like, what am I supposed to say? Like, thank you. Like, it's weird.
What's wrong with saying thank you? Listen, I still feel loved in these YouTube streets. I done been on Sharon's show. Everybody on Sharon's show is the people that been over there by my show. I've been on Bomb Show. Everybody that's on Bomb Show has been on my show. That I'm in Trey chat. I know Robert Platinum. I know Carl Anderson. I know all these people. So I said it before the show got took down. I said, you know, I don't know why YouTube kicking me out of an algorithm or them taking a super chat changes anything. Well, why are you at this one? You just got to put it in the algorithm and let people see me here. That's all. Just let them see me here for a minute. This is probably going. Well, it's not probably going to be. I'm going to make this, you know, the little 20-minute skits of old stuff, and then we're going to have new stuff to start adding in here. But we're going to load it up with a bunch of the old stuff. We're going to load it up with a bunch of the old stuff. We're just doing this here because I want to, you know, actively be here in this little beginning part, but this is going to be loaded up with some of the old stuff. But as far as people don't see me, no. They making a decision to do things the way they're doing them. They got some new, it's a lot of new people in this time slot now. They got RM here now. They got Trey here now. It's a lot of new people in this time slot. I'll be back at the Lair probably this weekend. But yeah, you're a legend. Even with all this, what sounds misandrous stuff you're saying, you're a legend. You're a celebrity.
Here to say thank you for something that you don't, like, I'm blessed to be funny, but I don't think it generates from me. I think it generates from, you know, God gave me this mind to see certain things in a funny way. And how can I take responsibility for that? But I understand I'm the vessel, whatever he's giving me. But the things he said, and it was like, wow, like when you really think about it, you know, I think as far as you never know what people may see about you.
You are a legend. You are OG. You made a presence. How people receive and whatever else, you know, at this current time, they may think, oh, that's just an angry bitch and that. Don't receive none of that. Don't take nothing but what's edifying. You know, eat the meat and spit out the bones. Don't go to places where you tolerate it. Go to places where you celebrate it. I'll be going to places where I'm tolerated because I don't care. Because I think you have to go. That saying is for people who's like downtrodden, beat up. Do I like, that I got to restart? No, not really, but I did that. That's my fault. I have to take accountability for that. And people be like, oh yeah, because you're stupid. And see, that's the thing, you don't let that bother you. In fact, I would go, you know what? Yeah, that is pretty stupid. It is. However, no matter what you are up against, you got to strut. I'm trying to think of what movie that was from. You got to strut. Was that a horror movie? It was some crazy movie. I think the person was dying too when they said that. Ooh, I need to get that as one of my clips too. Because that's how I be feeling. Even in the times when I don't have no it's not no meanness. It's just like, what is happening right now? Oh, this is no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. You in your box, wherever you are, doing whatever you want, drinking, smoking, doing drugs, sleeping with everything, and you unhappy? Is happiness that? Because to me, I think about happiness, a high emotional thing, and sadness, a low emotional thing, in the same vein. I don't want to be really sad, and I think being really happy is overrated. I like to be right in the middle. I like to be right in the middle. But people want you to be where they want you to be. And I said when I started the first channel, I don't want to be what you want me to be. I want to be me. So when I listen to Yamanika right here, she don't have to be what I want her to be. She can be what she want to be. Like they used to go off on PhD, but PhD was said this and PhD was said that. Yeah, and I know she believed it. But here's the thing. That's her life. Why am I supposed to be mad at somebody that's living their life? My thing is, long as the ricochet don't come back and hit me. And I think certain things that people say, because they don't understand the magnitude of the power that they have, can hurt people. Because she says she's 46. I'm 56. And I've been hearing niggas ain't shit my whole life. And I'm sure before I got here. And why hasn't that changed? I'm not going to say, Yamanika ain't shit because she ain't got a man. That woman living her best life the way she want to live it. Just like the Ebony K. Williams thing. What do you think about this? I think I would never see that woman because she's a multimillionaire dealing with multimillionaires. What do you think about these women on the panel that say they need this amount of money? I hope that they find it. I don't believe money should be your God, but people need money for your dental to be right, for your mental to be right. Maybe you need a chiropractor to pop you back into place. Maybe you need a personal trainer. People need money. But if we brothers and sisters, if we are this community and it's about embracing everybody, this is the place where the victim Olympics should come into place. because you're a part of the alphabet community. Cool. We all going through something. Women going through something, men going through something, the alphabet community is going through something, white folks is going through something. Why can't we look at each other as human beings and try to be as loving and compassionate as we can be with each other? Instead of the minute you say something that fits inside this box, I'm supposed to snap on you. Like, I don't know if that woman understood. No, you're just drunk and you don't understand you're repeating yourself. You did say that 3 times already. Then she said again. I said, that's number 4. Well, you threw me off. I'm not trying to throw you off. I'm just saying you're repeating yourself. When I first realized people had a problem with me when I was much younger, I thought it was a good thing because I thought it would make people not be around me that didn't mess with me. It did the opposite.
And that's positive. So it was just really having a great conversation with that young gentleman, and I really appreciated him, you know, and I tried to communicate that as much as possible. But like, I really appreciated him because, like, God knows, God must have sent him to say something to me, because it was like, you know, I may not have the validation all the time, although I've done so many amazing things. It's so crazy. Sometimes I'll be complaining about shit, and then it's like people wish they had like half of the shit I got going on, or half.
Exactly, because it's not enough. And that's the issue. It's not enough. When I start thinking about, I just think, look at all that I've had. It's people that are never getting married. It's people that will never have no kids. It's people that will never own a home. A lot of times I'll be just like, shut up. Be grateful for these 56 years. I don't know if we can hold on to being grateful. Selfish. I don't want to be. Let me see. We got to do something, move something live. Let's groove tonight. Share the spot. Thank you, Stanley. But when you click that, let me see if I take this here, D4V, because Stanley is an intelligent man. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Let's put this in a search and see if this will take me there. Let me see. Well, lo and behold, it didn't. I think people have to understand. Let me see. Let's go back to Stanley. He puts in there, Nightish new channel is Nightish D4V. Let's do it again. Grab the whole thing. Copy. Move this. Because why did it come up D4V Mule? That's 1 second. Paste. Now let's try. Oh yeah, you gotta do this. Okay. Yeah. It didn't. It doesn't take you to my channel. So I'm gonna go back over here. Stanley, thank you for the alley-oop. You attempted. Let me like it and then let me comment. Let me comment. Copy. Here we go. Let's groove tonight. Paste. Comment. And there's the hyperlink. Oh, that's the wrong link. Silly me. I'm talking crazy about Stanley. This is the link. Yee, goofy boy. Let's see. Copy. Now, where was Stanley at? Stanley. Okay. Yeah. Let this groove. My love. All right. Gonna tell you what you can do with my love. Oh my goodness, I done lost the Stanley thing. Gotta let you know, girl, you're looking good. You're out of sight. All right. Just tell the DJ. Okay. Can I delete this? Yes, I can. Okay. Delete. And let's try this all over again. And you know it's okay. What you found that is happening now. Let this groove. My love. All right. Okay. After a while, I'll be there. If you want my love, we can boogie on down. Down. Boogie on down. Let's groove tonight. Share the spotlight. The spice of life. We're gonna groove tonight. Let this groove. You with all right. All right. The title says, The Fat Bitch Patrice O'Neal Predicted. I don't know what I thought that meant when I first saw it, but I said, I gotta see it. I gotta react to it. I don't like to look at stuff first. I want us to look at it together. But we're gonna move forward. Can't stay right there. The night is in the building. Bam, 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 bam. Let's check this down. Let this groove. My love. Donnell Rollins being interviewed by Dion Cole. These are legends too, though. I'll be there after a while.
It's your boy Dion Cole.
Pierre is a legend. Shucky Ducky is a legend. Hamburger is a legend. Them niggas only have the same jokes. They legendary, though.
Plead the fifth. No, this is
You don't
real
have a
deal.
trust-
Holy
You
fifth.
don't have a trustworthy face. You know, I'm just saying. You tricked people to believe that for years,
No,
but you don't have
man.
a trustworthy face.
No, you just do what you want to do. You
I'll
want,
do what I want to do, but you
what
don't
you want? You want some drink? You want like some tequila or something?
No, that
I'm just out in water. You want water? You want the water?
I have water right here. Never trust a man that look at you like this. It's about to do something dangerous. I'm happy to be here.
No, it's all great, man. You out in LA often?
I'm in LA. I probably spent three places I spent my time. That's the road, Ohio, and Los Angeles, California.
Ohio.
Yeah.
First of all, I mean, before we get into these questions, I've been knowing you for a gazillion years. I remember, and I tell people this all the time, like comedians, they look out for each other, especially back in the day on no social media and all that stuff. When we was getting down, but comics will look out for comics. Like I come to your city, you come to my city, whatever. And I remember you moved to New York. You looked out for me when I came to New York. Let me stay at your place and all that, dog. And you
I remember
always
when
did
you
that.
made it real big, you didn't look out for me, Dion.
I did look out for you. I
Yeah.
did. When you came to Chicago, actually, I think you was established already when you came to Chicago.
All right, Dion. All right. Dion. I remember when you didn't have diction, son. I remember when you didn't enunciate your words, son. I remember when I beg your pardon wasn't even a part of your sentence. I remember when you didn't say stuff like, and you say that to say.
No, I'm saying no. I'm
we
just
got
saying. I was saying that you lived out in New York, DC, moved to New York.
Yeah.
But what made you move to Ohio? What
It
made
was-
you be like, I
tell you, it was
I'm home.
not really home, but
No diss to Ohio.
no, not at all. I mean, first off, I don't like all of Ohio. I like this small community called Yellow Springs, same place where David is. But what made me kind of even connect with it during the pandemic, when everybody was just like, I don't want to be in LA no more. You had examples of like Joe Rogan going to Austin, people was going to Nashville, they was going to other places, and they realized that you could create a quality of living without actually being in the hustle and bustle of Los Angeles, California. So I went out there, and as crazy as it may sound, I started getting in touch. I noticed this going to destroy my gangster, but I started appreciating nature, dude. Don't laugh at me, son. This is this is gonna be trauma for me.
I say this. When we first moved into that house, it was all concrete. I wonder if I got some pictures of what it used to look like. It was all concrete, and way in the back, it was a little white house. My wife said when she grew up, that was her doll house. I mean it was tiny. You had to duck down and go into it. It was a little bitty tiny house. So let me do this the proper way. The way I try to tell people to do it, which is you move the video while you talk. So it was a tiny little house that she played in. I'll probably get the pictures of it sometime. Show it. I came home in 93, August 20th, 93. I said when I get home, and the year after I established myself, get a job, and blah, 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 we can move forward. That didn't necessarily happen like that. We was moving forward anyway. So, because when I left, to be honest, it was a lot of years of a lot of wild stuff, crazy wild stuff. But anyway, we came to the house. Matter of fact, when I came there, she wasn't even there. She was at work. My daughter was in the child care. I'm trying to think who let me in. I want to say, let me think about this. Because at this time, all them other people that lived there, it was a Sister Janat. Who let me in? Let me think back about this. Did she come and pick me up? I don't think so. I got out of jail. Yeah, yeah, her and her uncle came and picked me up. He had that brown Caprice with the black top. Her and her uncle came and picked me up. I'm trying to think now. So when we got to the house, she had, I forget that card that her mother left her. She had a lady named Sister Janot living there. And we left. I don't know. She asked Sister Janot to move. I don't know why. But we left kind of, I want to say about, came on August 20th. We moved to Albany. We stayed on Stanage, right by that Albany Plaza, right by the Albany Bowl. We lived in an apartment on the first floor, right in front of a little creek. Not a creek, you know, the thing that the water runs through the city. And it used to be raccoons scratching at the door. We stayed there for probably about 6 months. Then we moved to Vallejo. Matter of fact, we got married while we still lived on Stanage. Yeah, we got married while we still lived on Stanage. Right after we got married, we moved to Vallejo. And I think we lived in, when we left Albany, I was still on probation. And she came to my probation officers one day with me. And my probation officer was finna end my probation because, you know, I was clean. And my wife said, I think he need therapy. I said, what? That white woman said, oh, okay. What? This shit was so crazy to me. That woman gave me a year of therapy as part of stipulations for my damn probation. So extending my shit, I was finna end it. So soon as we got to Vallejo, I had to do a year in therapy. That's how I ended up going to therapy the first time. So yeah, soon after, very soon after, soon as we got to Vallejo. So I didn't have to come back to Oakland and go to the probation officer no more. I had to get stuff signed off, and the therapist sent it to the probation officer. So we did that year of that. And then probably a year after that, I moved away and moved to Oregon. And the thing about Vallejo, all concrete. The thing about Albany, all concrete, unless you go down into that ravine that runs the water to wherever. I mean, the apartments in the back, concrete. And then we was in a dead end, just all concrete. And then in Vallejo, we lived in an apartment complex, all concrete. Because when you come out, the only part that had grass was the outside part that was on a thoroughfare where all the cars were driving. Nobody was out there. Everybody was inside the center of the complex. I'm trying to think, did that, because I never went to it, did that thing have like when I moved to Oregon, when I first got there, I was in Portland. But then when I left out of Portland, I went to Gresham into a larger apartment complex. They had a place in the middle that had like a weight room, swimming pool, and all of that. But again, all concrete. So when I came back home, back to the house we was in when I came home in Oakland, I bust all that concrete out. I felt so good putting my feet in the grass. We went and got sod and put it down. We put fragrant flowers in and trees and rocks and a fire pit. And I used to always go in that backyard and put my feet in the grass and let Biscuit run around and jump all over me. That was the family dog. Yeah, people be so far away from nature. All that concrete is not good. So I guess my gangster's gone too. I'm a tree hugger. Back in time.
Appreciate
This is not a
nature.
time to laugh at me, all right? I started appreciating finer things in life. I know this is definitely not gonna be gangster, but I don't even know how to say this, and I don't know if I'm gonna lose some fans. I bird watch. You
know what?
What's funny about that?
I'm not gonna laugh
I
at you.
bird watch.
That's what I used to do in my backyard, because when you had those fragrant trees and stuff, it was ladybugs, dragonflies, robins, all kind of stuff I used to see back there. My son was young, used to be back in the yard when I was working on it, playing with salamanders and roly-polies. Yeah, nature, baby. All this stuff we got to do to prove oh man, cut it out.
Son do that. My son bird watch.
Yeah, but he got a rich father. So of course he go bird watch. 25 years ago, only birds he been watching is great pictures in Chicago. I didn't even know birds came in different colors until I moved to Ohio. I know this is gonna be really a test of my gangster.
Wow.
Listen, watch this.
You be doing that, dog.
I don't know what's funny about this. This is the reason why black people have so much issues with mental health. I'm trying to tell you part of my life, and you laughing.
No, I'm.
All right, that's all good.
I'm just trying to figure out
when I crash out and leave, you were like, told y'all he was gonna leave.
No.
But see, that's the thing. Your inner peace shouldn't be so much involved in other people. When I be seeing, like, people say, you look at the chat, because I think it's funny now, because I'll be thinking about Angry Man when I look at the chat. Angry Man be wilding out on the chat. I be thinking it's hilarious. But yeah, when I look, for so long, and I used to tell them all the time, yeah, even on Fight Club, I used to be in the chat. Be in the chat. Just be in the chat. I used to be in the chat way before I got on the panels. Before that, I wasn't even in the chat, but I used to be in the chat. The chat is brutal, especially if you knew. So like, what's her name? Aries. I first saw Aries in Platinum Elite chat. But yeah, you can't be concerned with outside people when it comes to your mental health. Man, people can't wait to say something crazy to you. Envision you caressing me back in time.
I don't want you to crash out. Listen. No, what is the joy? So when you bird watching and you look, so you just looking in the sky and the trees.
I don't look at the sky.
In the sky and the trees, and then you see a bird you ain't seen before, and then you go.
There are some people that look in the sky with else. No, you find the trees and stuff that brings. So, like I said, I went and got trees, specific trees that attracts these different things. We did a little bit of research.
And then
no, I do stuff to lure them to my house.
Oh, you lure the birds
yes,
to your
house? Shit! I got a bird feeder. The streets is over, son. I got a bird feeder. Since I'm telling y'all,
I never got a bird feeder, but I had plants and stuff that attracted them. We had lavender. We had a Japanese maple. We had a what's that red thing was called? We had roses, because the roses was for my wife. We had two big. Those was the biggest things back there. Those rose bushes. And some of these plants I don't even remember, but they was all around the yard. And of course, Biscuit tore most of them up. We gonna move forward. Ain't nothing wrong with loving nature. Ain't nothing wrong with loving life. You got to be able to have a zen space.
but if you think about it, Deanna, if you think about it, I don't remember the whoopings as much as I remember the lessons and the things that she was telling me. I don't remember the ass whooping. Once you forget about that, but then you think about don't do this and all these other things. I think that's kind of stick with you more.
I mean, but those ass whoopings made us who we are. You know what I mean? Like if you really think about it, back in the day, I mean, us growing up wasn't a lot of serial killers and the stuff.
I mean, that's black people way of thinking. You say it made us.
I disagree. People just be saying stuff. Have you seen YouTube, sir? I know people don't like to call it serial killing, but what is drive-bys where 5 people die? What is that? You remember the movie Colors and Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society and all those movies right there? That was based on some stuff that was happening if you do the research. These cats was beefing with each other and going back and getting some more. So this thing about they wasn't, and that's why I don't like that whole idea about these kids today. No, it was pretty bad a few times. The 80s was, that's what I was saying. I came back to a place where I was around a lot of drama. Yeah, my family is all over the city. My father's mother lived on Capistrano in Sobrani Park. I spent a lot of my young life over there. My aunt lives on 87th and A. Her sister lived on 34th and Plymouth, just blocks away from each other. Let's see, who all is right. My aunt, one of my aunts lived on 35th and that was 35th. Is that East 27th? 35th and East 27th. No, 35th and let me see, Fruitvale. And so she lived on, damn, what is that? Because I used to walk from my house, go over, 35th and Logan. 35th and Logan. My other aunt, before she divorced her husband, lived on Fruitvale and Davis. Now she lives on 23rd and East 30th. My mother's mother lived on 60th and East Lawn. My mother's mother lived at 6919 Hamilton. My mother's sister lived on Havens Court. So I'm as a kid, I'm all over the place because I'm visiting all my family. My cousin Ray and Jerry lived on 89th and because it's below MacArthur, 89th and the letters is below East 14th. So going up is what's this? Plymouth and I forget on 89th, but below MacArthur, below Bancroft. So I'm in all these places all the time until it get dark outside, hanging amongst folks. When I was younger and I was around my father lived at 1022 24th Street. Who all of my family lived in the West? So it was my father. My father's uncle lived on 30th and Chestnut. Used to be over there all the time because he used to work with my uncle. My father's brother lived in the Acorns. Used to be over there all the time. Then my mom, my first memory of where we lived was 73rd and Fresno. Then we moved from 73rd and Fresno to Spencer Street. Then we moved from Spencer Street to 65th Village. Then we moved from 65th Village to my grandmother's house on 60th and East Lawn. So I went to Lockwood Kindergarten, Lockwood Elementary, and then my first year at Havens Court, 7th grade. Then we left for a minute and moved to Hayward. So all around the city. So when people used to be like, oh yeah, you was set hopping in. No. When I lived with my father, then people know me. We outside breaking open fire hydrants and playing in the water. All of the stuff. Summer after summer. Going to McClymonds swimming pool. So then people over there know me. Told you when I was way younger, I lived on 40th and West. I was super young, and them kids used to take me over there to Gaskill, and so that's North Oakland. Then one of them older kids would bring me back home. So the whole city.
But as we are.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos never got an ass woman in his life. So.
No, I get that. I understand that part, but still, there's in the midst of poverty and in the midst of not having an upper hand in society, not being
So I don't think that the whoopings, because folks wasn't getting whoopings back then. Folks was getting beat.
that how we had to be raised with loyalty.
I don't know what the
stuff
fuck you
like
talking about.
No.
I still got beef with my mother, nigga. Fuck that. She be trying to be grandma now. I'm like, nah, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Oh, baby, come here. Let me see the boy. Nah. I be telling my son, this lady right here used to tear my ass up. Don't let that grandma fool me.
No, man, I'm just saying. Anyway, no, I think that we are this kids nowadays, it's a medicine for everything. Anything that they going through is medicine for. They be like, oh, I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling down, I'm feeling too happy, I can't focus. It's like, yo, and they all got problems and issues. And that shit wasn't going on with us.
It's interesting.
It was, but the answer was beat their ass. It was going on with us.
Say that because I was having somewhat of that issue with my son. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I think almost any little black kid gonna have some form of ADD or ADHD.
Yeah, like we did.
And then
it just wasn't no name for it.
It wasn't no name for it. But I was having an issue because my son was kind of like, slacking, in the math, and like everybody wanted to put him on blah 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 blah. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that. All it is we got to figure out a way to, because my son is super, super smart.
Yeah.
And sometimes, especially when you're in a setting with a whole bunch of kids, everybody's not going to learn the same way. So I told, I even told his mom, we got to dig deeper into how he learns and how he connects. And I'm like, I'm not for that. I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't want to alter my son's. I don't want to alter my son's personality.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't even a good kid. I wasn't that good at math. But then I made a successful life, and I made a successful situation for myself. So I think it's finding the right thing that works best for your kid.
Right. I feel as though that was, instead of putting them on medicine and making them focus with all this medicine and stuff that they got out here nowadays, I'll tell you something that's just as good as that medicine that'll keep them focused. It's called taking away their phone. When you take away that phone, I bet they get really focused in order to get their phone too. Better than any medicine. It's called take away that phone.
It's so funny because my son, he's kind of like, I say somewhat spoiled. He had an incident with his mom, and he did the white boy shit. He closed. She said he closed the door, and then you really pissed. He closed the door and put the chair. Oh, you like put the chair by the door now?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, but it'll work. Everything's work. I guess, especially for me, having my son later in life, I think I got more patience, as an older guy opposed to being 20 years old, having a kid talking about, I can't fuck with you this weekend because Dion coming in town. I would have told my son, get the fuck out of here. The fuck we say, I'm like, he be all right, nigga. Fuck them diapers, nigga. He be out, eat again. He just ate.
Hey, look.
I don't have that to deal with. I don't have that to deal with anymore.
You stupid. Anything traumatizing happened to you as a younger kid? Mom, you never went through nothing. That's cool.
I didn't go through. I mean, traumatized. Okay, this was trauma.
Here's the thing about the traumatizing stuff. When I think back being younger, everybody was going through some traumatic stuff, so it was normalized. You wasn't the only kid getting your ass whipped like that. You wasn't the only kid in poverty. So it wasn't a whole lot of people that could joke and go, what are those? That's some new stuff. Everybody, had the same little hookup when you went to their house. They had the beads in the door. They had the same Renaissance. Okay. We above you. Well, that sign out there on that fence say housing authority. That just like the sign on my fence. So I don't know how, you know what I'm saying? Everybody going through it. There was some people who had housing, whatever else, but then was Southern people that was down to earth people. And I think that's the difference too. When I was younger, I was in almost everybody's house, no matter where I was at. When I lived with my grandmother on East Lawn, we was probably in all of them houses. And when I lived with my father, all of them houses, we was in a lot of these houses, because that's back when neighbors used to talk to each other. They kid having a party, the whole neighborhood is invited. So, yeah, it was trauma, but everybody was going through it.
Types of situation for me is my dad was really big time dope dealer in DC, right? And go-go music, right?
Yeah.
So it was this Coliseum called the Washington Coliseum, right? And the Washington Coliseum is a place where a lot of the go-go bands used to perform. And my father was one of the first promoters to bring, you had 3 go-go groups: Rare Essence, Trouble Funk, and EU. But for some reason,
I know EU.
Yeah, everybody know EU.
Everybody know, yeah.
But for some reason, it wasn't a promoter either. They didn't have enough money to put everybody in the bill. But he was the first one to put the 3 top go-go bands. And
I know Rare Essence, EU, and I thought they had Chuck Brown. And where is Johnny Guitar Watson from? I think Chuck Brown had a "Gon' Bump No Mo with No Big Fat Woman." That was go-go, wasn't it?
And at the time, I used to work concessions there, right? So I had an opportunity to go out there and, sell some hot dogs and some sodas, and then go see the go-go bands. But I remember, I think I was like 15 years old, and this was traumatizing because I was my dad was a guy and everything, and I remember my mom worked at concessions also, and I remember one night, me and my friend Andrew Fales, we was just kicking it. It was how y'all getting go, don't worry about that. And I remember I was about to watch the bands, and my father and my mother came and she said, "They're looking for your father, right? He's on the run." And you know, as 16-year-old kid, 15 or 16, you know, saying to yourself, "I don't know if I'm ever going to see my father again." You know, and I was like, "Damn, man, I probably never see him again."
Yeah.
And I remember, it was like this when this happened. Christmas was coming up, and Christmas.
In fact, when I was 10, my mother was in an accident. That's how I got shipped to my father. And when I was there, he never talked about her. Is she alive? Is she in the hospital? He never said nothing about her. So I used to think I ain't never gonna see my mother again when I was 10. And I think I was like suffering from depression, but being 10, you don't know what that is.
It was like really fucked up that year because my mother didn't have a lot of money, and if we had any toys, anything was gonna come from my father. And it was Christmas Eve, right? And I mean, me and my brother, we was sad as shit. Like, man, ain't gonna be no motherfucking Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And then we heard a knock at the door, right? And we're like, pum, pum, pum. We're like, who is it? And my father, I remember he's always when at the door, he'd be like, "It's your father." And you, when I tell you how we lit up, and he came, he came and saw us before he went on the road, went to Jamaica, was living in Jamaica, getting money, doing shows in Jamaica. He was paying the Jamaican government. He had a beef with somebody, and they reported him, and he got extradited back to the United States and did like 12 years after that.
Wow, that's great.
That was traumatizing.
Oh man, I'm quite sure that was.
Yeah, but it's interesting you asked that question because as much as we didn't have, what we did have was love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my mother we always looked at it like this. All right, we're not doing that good, but it's always somebody that's doing worse. And we just had just loving. And then I used to just go to my friends' house and shit. When we didn't have Atari, I'd go over there.
Yeah.
When we didn't have a lot of food, it was just one of my friends. Man, I used to love his motherfucking house because them niggas, I thought these niggas was rich. They used to come outside with chicken sandwiches, nigga. Like outside, nigga, like
not bologna, chicken sandwich.
We didn't even eat dinner, but we get to eat a chicken sandwich before, and they always had sweet tea. I was like, man, I don't know what they must be selling drugs or something up here. They got the good life.
They got the good life.
Meatball sandwiches, cheeseburgers with the onions and shit, man, grease dripping down the elbow. I'm like, man. And my mother be over here eating some fucking punk ass liver and all that type of shit. I wanted to run away from home just for food.
Yeah, I would say this though. When I lived at my grandmother, I had to think about this for a minute too. I was like, did we ever have fast food? But I do remember Quick Ways. And my grandmother used to work with these people who had Lady Esther's. And then when they split up, one went to Lady Esther, the other one went to Della's. But most of our food was cooked from scratch at the house. Hot water cornbread, and I don't mean no Jiffy cornbread when we had cornbread. I mean that cornbread you cook in a cast iron skillet. Almost everything was from scratch from the house. It was very rare to get some Quick Ways. And I try to think, when did we first start like eating out? But then I thought back about it when I lived at my father's house, when, you know, on them summers when we used to go work, we used to go to this place called Jim's. And, you know, there was a lot of outside eating. Because when he leave in the morning, he finna be gone for hours. We going to work today. Leave out at get up at 6, be out the house at 7:30. Come back at 7, 8. They gonna work you.
Son. But I was a kid just like always just figure out a way just to have fun and just be out there. You know? So I don't have no shit like I remember that one time. I don't really have those stories.
Yeah. That's what's up. How was elementary school for you?
It was good. But I realized that I was in a slow class.
I was just about to ask you were you excellent, but I know now.
Do you know what this is,
said
right?
What?
I don't know if it's gaslight. It's one of the words. You doing something to my mental right there, nigga. I'm gonna figure out the word. Stonewall, I got gaslighted. You ain't love bombing me, nigga. I don't know what it is, but you got a narcissistic personality right there. You doing something that's not supposed to be good, son.
Let's see. No, he's just doing an interview. Just an interview. Just, a back in time, what's going on in your life, what you're willing to share. Almost everybody I talked about interviewing snapped on me. And I don't know why. We could talk about what you want to talk about before, in the prelims. What don't you want to talk about? No ambushing.
I'm trying to say this.
I'm telling you what the fuck he did.
Okay, I'm trying to say it.
Let me see. Okay, you looking kind of, is this the spot? He got a look on his face. He don't look too happy.
Hard. I mean, just okay, dog. You are idiots. Oh, golly. Oh, we got a new way. We got a new way of sweeping. He got an attitude. You did it. It wasn't us who did it. You did.
Let's rewind it. What did he got an attitude about? Because he's smiling here. Let's go.
Yep.
Nigga, that's funny as hell. Oh, man. What's your first job?
My first job, I worked at an orthopedic appliance.
What?
Yeah, it was like in DC. This was in Alexandria. They had the summer job program, right? In DC.
And it's a summer job for
it's a summer job.
orthopedic?
What it is like you have different companies, right? And then I don't know if they got some type of tax write-off or something if they hire people, whatever. But I worked for this company and we used to make shoes for you know how I ain't trying to make no fun of this, right? You know how you see a nigga got one big ass shoe, right? Then one regular one. That's what I used to do, son.
Used to make the big
for the niggas that walk. You know the niggas walk like this. We made them niggas walk straight, son. That's what we did. Orthopedic appliance.
Used to make the shoe.
Yeah. You had to you had to take the sole off. You had to add this extra rubber and glue and shit like that. But that was the first job I ever had.
What?
Yep. Other than that, I used to do like odds and end jobs.
Can you make one of them shoes now?
I couldn't make one now. No, I wouldn't remember that.
You had to have the certain materials for it, right?
You have the brain capacity. I smoked too much weed. I don't remember that. That nigga said, nigga, my lip was harder than when I came in.
Your ass ended up making a vase.
But I used to do, before that job, I used to always, that was the job where I guess you say I got a check. But I always used to hustle. Like I used to work in the barbershop. I called that a job. Yeah. I was the dude that swept up the hair.
Oh,
whatever. Yeah. And then when when the drug boys come in there, they want somebody to run to the store and get
I didn't know this meant sweet.
You know what? When I did that,
just letting you know what, just so you know, just letting you know what you did.
Well, I remember.
Didn't know this meant sweet.
Charlamagne the God used to sweep up. Charlamagne swept too. That nigga DJ Envy, Breakfast Club, them niggas sweep. Them niggas sweep too, son. They sweep with a twist, nigga. I would just sweep like this. They twist. They how you gonna sweep like this, nigga? Yo, man, they show on the shelf.
On the shelf.
And then he'd be like, boom, I ain't got no more cupcakes to stack. He was a comedian and he would give us free tickets to the comedy show.
Come to his show.
So we used to go to the comedy show.
Nice.
And I went there. I started heckling and roasting niggas. And then I started getting popular.
From roasting niggas at the show.
And they'd be like, yo, is that, they would say, is that police nigga for the groceries? Fuckers, man.
Hey, man. Another legend, though. Used to be on The Wire. The Wire was crazy. Look, that's good. Y'all gonna say it wasn't. You watched The Wire, and you from Chicago. It didn't used to be.
Is that the security nigga, brother? He's so good.
Whoa.
He's so funny. Security. The head security is so funny. No, that's great, Donnell. I'm serious. That's funny. Listen, I'm being for real. Listen. So then so did he get upset at you for heckling him? Did y'all ever talk? And
no, I didn't heckle him.
Okay, you heckled everybody else at the show. I'm asking. I'm trying to make sure that
he didn't get mad. I started drawing the crowd, nigga.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
People started coming. They was like, where's the police security nigga? Is he gonna be here? And he brought me on. I tell you what happened. I finally.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I swear I'm listening.
Are you gonna be serious?
Yes.
I would go heckle, and then the club owner wanted me to shut up. So they said, won't you go on stage? I didn't do it that week. And I said, nah, I'm gonna come back. And the crazy thing is, because I was going there for months, and people started coming to listen to me heckle. They was like, that asshole dude. And finally, I went on stage. And the first time I went on stage, I caught a standing ovation.
Really? Did you write material? Or did you just roast people?
I did. But I didn't know anything about writing. Right. I thought I was like, okay, boom, Michael Jackson, I can get 2 minutes out of that. Right. Boom. And I thought I had like 30 minutes worth of material. And I even tell people when they first started coming, they're like, I got to write. I was like, forget your notepad right now, because it don't matter what you write. The first time you want to stay, you're going to draw a blank.
Yeah.
It don't matter. The more you prepare, it's going to go out the window.
You're going to draw a blank, because I remember comedians talking about this, or you'll think, I got 30 minutes right here, and you'll just read through that whole thing, especially if them jokes don't hit, because you don't know how to let the laughs die down. You do your jokes too quick. You got to acclimate to it. Do you know how to do crowd work? Do you know how to deal with hecklers?
And something's going to click in you that your natural funny going to come out. I thought I had this material. I remember something clicked. I started joning on niggas, and then I went into my material, and then the room just, the same hosted dude, he was hosting that night. I didn't know anything about how a comedy club runs. I didn't know what the light meant or anything, right? I was just a young motherfucker that just went up there, and I gutted the room. And I don't think that I don't think I wrote the best material, but I think it was a buildup because people really was rooting for me, because they was like, this nigga funny. He need a shot. You know that. They was like, and then I think it was a combination of decent, halfway funny, but just excitement of he did it. Right. And then when they gave me the light, I didn't know what the light was. You know, motherfucker do this. You know, the worst thing is, you know, you being funny. And then they be like this, oh, they give me the light, y'all. Now I'm proud. So when I said, oh, I got to get out of here, I didn't know the light meant that's your last joke. Yeah. So when they said that, they gave me the light, I was like, I'm gone. And the place went crazy. Like, fuck that, bring them back, bring that. And my friend, Mike Washington, this is a true story. Mike Washington said, no, let me explain something. you could just tell that night something was special was happening. He was like, yo, let me tell you something. Donnell, see, that's his first time on stage. He don't know what the light is. He'll be back. And it was that moment that I realized that I wasn't going to be a police in a grocery store no more.
Yeah, that's
quit.
what's up.
I didn't quit, but I knew I had to get fired. But that after that, I never looked back.
Let me ask you this: when you left that stage, so I ask comedians this: when you left that stage, and you went home, what was in your mind? What was you like thinking about?
I love it, and I was saying that I don't want to sweep no more.
Yeah. He's gonna be talking to a bunch of comedians. Dion Cole. And I didn't know that comedians was beefing like they beef. But hopefully it just stay jokes. Ishalat. Mr. Donnell Rollins, Ashy Larry, and Dion Cole. I wish he had some timestamps though. Let me see. And he don't. Because there's a part in here where he asks Donnell about Corey Holcomb. So we're going to jump forward, though, because you don't want to use all of somebody's content. Back.
Nobody could have done anything. Mike was born to play Omar.
Yeah.
For so many reasons. I'm not going to tongue kiss a nigga on camera.
Yeah.
You got that, baby. I ain't that much of a thespian, nigga. I mean, I used to sweep at the barber shop. I ain't sweeping. Right? But another fun fact a lot of people don't know, Stringer Bell, Avon, all those guys, right? What happened my first season, you could see them set me up as I had a connection with the politicians and I had a connection with the street. But what happened was the Baltimore Tourism Board complained that every time they produce something in Baltimore, they depict Baltimore as being a crime-infested, drug-ridden city. I'm like, last time you been downtown, nigga.
Yeah, right.
It is what it is. So David Simon and they had to appease the tourism board. That's why I went from the towers. Everybody was excited about the towers. Then they took the storyline to the docks because they had to shake. They switched the whole shit.
God.
Then you see shit like that. You could be down with something like, oh, writers they switched the story arc.
Yeah. And
so once that happened, my character was done. But David Simon, he wanted to just pay homage to me or whatever because he really liked me on the show. He brought my character back, and that was like my button. That was
The Wire was another one of those joints that was crazy. I'm gonna tell you, I kind of stumbled upon The Wire. I knew The Wire and people talking about it and all of that. But what's made me watch The Wire more than anything, I mean, one time I was like, I just stumbled upon it. Because I didn't have cable. I was at this girl's house. Right. And I was like watching it there. And that's what made me keep going over her house to watch it or whatever.
We had the cable business.
Yeah. I ain't had none of that. Right. So, but I seen Idris. Fuck Idris, man. Fuck that nigga, man.
No, listen.
Listen, bro.
Not in the bad way.
No, but listen. People don't know Idris was the bodyguard at Caroline.
Yeah, door guy. Yeah.
Before he did The Wire.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, when I was watching and I seen him, I said, that's London. Because we used to call him London, because he had that London accent.
I tell you what,
we was like this. We like that's London from Caroline.
Right.
Like that's what made me start watching The Wire because I was like, yo, London made it, and then he kept being on there, and I was like, man, yo, London.
Fuck about no Idris, man. No, but I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell you the truth, though.
I said
that's when I started seeing you. I started seeing you and everybody.
Why? Because, first off, I was a Def Jam comic, BET. I'm on The Wire. You on The Wire. I think I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Right? And I would go places, right? And chicks be like this. So they'd be like, oh my God, was you on The Wire? I'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, Can you introduce me to Idris? I'm like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, fuck you and the string of Bellettes. Yo, man, I was so mad. When they killed that nigga, I called all them bitches. Yeah, where you mad at now? That nigga was, I'm about to be an international movie star, nigga. I hated that nigga, man. They was like, he just did something. I was like, yeah, but I was so, I'm telling you, it was so crazy because nobody knew what Idris and Wood knew. I remember one time I used to do a comedy night. I brought Mike, Wood. I had damn near, and I know people go back and look at it. I had all the top stars of the Wire. And you probably remember Footprints? Freddie Ricks. You don't remember we used to have all the rooms. Yeah. Freddie Ricks had a room on Tuesday. I had all the guys there. Yeah.
I remember Freddie Ricks.
Yeah, good guys. Yep.
Yeah. That's crazy, dog. Yeah, that was an epic show, man. But yeah, that's when I started watching it. And then when I saw you on there, I was like, yo, Darnell on there. Like, yo, because I heard people saying it,
right.
But I didn't like, I never had a chance to see it though until I did. And I was like, yo, that's crazy though. But that's great, dog. That's great. And I just want to say you had an excellent performance in the animation Soul that won won the Oscar, all that, man. You and Jamie Foxx, doc. Another,
like, God damn, this nigga pinned. But you feel this in the sense of Dave has this quality too, where you guys can listen to the silence.
Yeah.
It don't disturb you.
Yeah.
It don't get you rattled. You ain't gonna
need it, really.
You ain't gonna.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's when you next level. A lot of folks, they don't like the silence. They don't like the silence. Sometimes you gotta, and listen, I'll be over here working on something like, okay, so let me move this right here. Yeah, that's the reality. Silence is okay. But you also gotta let the applause kind of wane. When they the laugh too. People are stump over a laugh. People is laughing, they're already on the next joke. They still laughing. And there's nothing worse than a laugh track. That's why I wish they did these shows live like they used to do instead of having these laugh tracks. But shout out to the people that can be in just a room with just cameras and no audience and tell jokes without nobody laughing. Canned laughter. I might have skipped past the Corey Holcomb part.
Nigga, you stole my joke and you're doing it at a bowling alley. Strike! It don't matter. I got other shit to think about. And that shit will make you right. But some people, they think certain premises, like if a motherfucker argue with you about a Diddy joke, like, nigga, come on.
Yeah.
But even on topical shit, what I've been able to do my whole career was like, you're doing this, but my angle and my twist and my spin is going to be some shit like.
It's you to make it unique.
Yeah, it's like, ain't nobody coming to that shit. Right. I always looked at people trying to steal shit, a form of flattery, and you just keep it moving. But then I'm like, I'm going to separate myself so far from you.
Yeah.
You ain't going to be on the same playing field I'm playing on. So niggas ain't going to know that.
Yeah. Have you ever stole a joke?
Nah. Oh, yes, one joke. It was by accident. I was desperate. It was a situation, and I was desperate, son. I ain't had nobody else shit. My shit wasn't working. I tried all my shit. They was like, Rich Voss. Rich Voss had this joke to me. He said, Rich Voss. He had this joke about his sister was dating a black guy, and she said, and the joke was, You know, once they say once you go black, you never go back. He said, yeah, because dad won't let you back in the house. That's all I needed. Got them niggas off of me one night, son. I called him. I said, man, you probably ain't gonna never hear it because I told the joke in the bowling alley. I told him in the bowling alley. I had to get these niggas on it. I had to get them off me. Oh shit!
Oh, dog, that's crazy as hell, dog. Oh man. I gotta ask you this. I ask everybody this, but you're a very likable person. Everybody love you.
Charming.
Charming and shit. You're a great person, but I'm quite sure there's some people that don't like you.
Okay, let's address it.
I'm just asking.
Corey Hook was not a fan of mine.
Okay, so I didn't miss it. Here we go.
Used to be a fan. Yep. Not a fan.
Dude, that whole situation, I still don't understand what happened.
I don't understand. Here's the unfortunate.
What would happen?
Here's the unfortunate thing about that situation. You know my demeanor. I don't really fuck with people too much.
Right.
You see me, I'm always, you know, I only fuck with about and CH was one of the people that I would talk to distant. And then, you know, he has a platform.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fans that love him.
Yeah.
They love his point of view.
Hey, one of the funniest motherfuckers in the country.
He built the crowd. He got a following. I think they call him the 5150ers.
Yeah.
Whatever. And they serious. So much when I go when I go to the show, I know who they are. I can look at it's stupid. Take laughing at me like this. You're 5150, right? And then I will say, like, people can say they want to say, I have a sense of loyalty toward Dave. People can say whatever they want, you know. He's done shit for me. I've done shit for him. As much as he gave me a platform on Chappelle's show, when he put me in the game, I scored like a mug. So, like, that's considered my brother. So, and then I just didn't understand how I felt. And I'm not going to drag this shit, but I just don't understand. Like, there's this phrase they call it, like, nigga, who asked you? Nigga, who asked you? And it's like, it feels like, for the most part, in that situation, anybody that got a certain level of success, it's an issue with it. Now it's an issue. If the issue is this, or this person, if he's got this, he sucked a dick. If he did this, he got fucked in the ass. If did the backdooria or whatever you call it. And this is what I don't understand. It's like all these motherfuckers see the problem is, but here's the thing. You was one of the first guys accepted by the industry. You was on Last Comic Standard. You was in Good Grades. You had agents. You had all of this shit. You had everything that motherfuckers wanted for some kind of way. I don't know what that relation was. Now,
he said if he was in 5 productions, and then we went and looked, he's been in 5 productions. I mean, I don't know, but this is not new. Corey been since listen, Fox Soul days, Dash Radio days. This is nothing he's saying is new. He been talking about who's suspect for what's this, 18 years? Because I think the Foxo was 2008, 2009, something like that.
The same thing that you was a part of. Now it's, I ain't saying fuck or suck nobody, but you know what Hollywood is. You know what I'm saying? You know what games people play. You don't play them. Motherfuckers choose to play, they don't. Now all of a sudden it's fucked up. And anybody that has a amount of success to just put that down to like, or they had to do something. What about talent, nigga? You that don't account for anything. You know, I just that not just him, but anybody. So why shit on a motherfucker? Motherfucker, get it? Okay, you can say something. Well, maybe I need to change shit on what I'm doing. But then for that fan base, I'm like, oh, what you doing? Man, all that dumb shit about you got to do this sort of thing. Anything I've gotten in life, whatever, it's been for hard work. I've heard no's. I've been rejected. I know what no feels like. I know getting this close to a bag and they said we're going in a different direction. And even when I was going through my shit with it, even like we had an incident where I was at the Laugh Factory and I was leaving. The story he wants to tell is, or Donnell knew what was going on and niggas be afraid of. No, I'm just saying like, oh, he got a problem because he had a problem with me because I was going on after him and he thought that, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that. In this business, motherfuckers will tell you, I'm a hard act to follow. I'm going to do it. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm still going to take it a notch. You getting people, no, nigga. I was prepared to get triggered because it's the same shit. If you did this, you must suck dick. You bring your podcast shit to a platform. No, niggas ain't. And I got offended. And I did yell out at the show.
Yeah, I seen that.
I yelled out. People did this with this the bullshit. Motherfuckers say, well, you know, you're not supposed to yell out to a comic on stage. I'm supposed to give a fuck about a nigga don't got respect for nobody. Say whatever the fuck you want. You ain't supposed to yell out. I know I ain't supposed to yell out. I did.
Right.
Then you try to hit this whole you mild. When he on that video, I just gutted this room out. When he was like, well, he bullshit comedian. Guess what? He couldn't get nobody to ride with that. Wasn't nobody like, yeah, he is whack. He could. They was like, nah, nigga, this nigga just ate the stage up.
And that's unfortunate that has to happen publicly. But I didn't watch just Donnell alone on stage. Donnell is savage. That man is funny. But look, I done gave y'all 2.5 hours. Appreciate my Reed and Dub for coming through today. So I mean that some of y'all know where I'm at. And I appreciate y'all. But you know, it's about that time. Let me hit my favorite little button.
We'll shut this motherfucker down.
Hey, be great.